The following is an AZPM original production.
Arizona Science is supported by Research Corporation for Science Advancement.
For AZPM, I'm Leslie Tolbert, Regents Professor Emerita in Neuroscience at the University of Arizona, and this is Arizona Science. Our guest today is Haijiang Cai, Associate Professor in the university's Department of Neuroscience. Haijiang's research focuses on certain eating disorders and the basic biology that underlies fear and depression as well. Welcome, Haijiang.
Thank you.
So your research has a special focus on trying to understand the brain circuits that drive normal behaviors and also how those circuits can cause problems when they go awry. What made you choose to put a special focus on the circuits that control eating disorders and eating behavior?
We actually started from the brain region of amygdala, which is for emotion. And we know amygdala is very complicated, have many different types of neurons. And there's one type of neuron we started to look at if they are involved in fear conditioning. But it turns out those neurons has a very mild effect on fear conditioning, but have a very strong effect on eating behaviors. That is really interesting to me because we know in our daily life, emotion and eating are linked to each other. So if we have a good meal, we feel happy. And if we under stress, some people eat more, some people eat less. And also we know that eating disorder patients, they have abnormal eating behavior, but they have emotion problem. This suggests to us the neurons in amygdala also control eating. That might suggest something interesting that can help those patients with diseases.
So you're finding all of this in mice, in experimental mice. How do you translate what you're finding in mice to humans?
The mechanism we are working at right now is how the anorexia developed. So we're using an animal model called activity-based anorexia. The animal is just like similar to human. In this model, if you just let them food restriction, they eat less. If you just give them running wheel, they like to exercise, play on the wheel, and they don't die. They actually live happily. What's surprising is if you combine food restriction, just to let them eat only, say, 3 hours a day, but with the free access to the wheel, they spend more and more time on the running wheel and eat less and less. Right now, nobody knows how the anorexia developed. If we just ablate the PKC delta neuron in one region, like in central amygdala alone, they have only a mild effect to prevent anorexia development. But if we ablate both regions at the same time, and then the animal just like normal, they don't develop anorexia.
And do humans have corresponding regions to what you're seeing?
Yes.
In your mice?
Yeah. All the mouse brain region have exactly corresponding similar part in humans.
What do you see as the limitations? How far will you be able to go before you are sure that you understand the underlying basis of anorexia?
The limitation is still we are working with the animal model, and mice don't talk. We never know whether they have the same feeling as human anorexia patients. So what we can do is only observe their behavior. And the mice, just like they have similar human behavior, they are obsessed about the wheel activity exercise, and they eat less and less. They lose body weight dramatically. But whether in their mind, we have no idea. We first need to find the neural mechanism in mice, which is possible. And then we need to think about some interventions to control the activity, develop some interventions, and to try those interventions in humans to see if there's any effective in treating those diseases.
And how do you deal with the issue that the neurons, the nerve cells that you're dealing with have to do also with emotions in general?
These neurons, they are in amygdala region. We know that amygdala neurons, they are massively connected and they are involved in emotion. Emotion and eating behavior are two different behaviors, and they should be eventually controlled by different motor neurons. And we want to understand which neuron or neural circuits control emotion and which neural circuits control eating behaviors, and then understand how they interact with each other.
Well, that's very exciting. Thanks very much, Haijiang.
My pleasure.
Haijiang Cai is a leading investigator of brain circuits involved in eating disorders. You can listen to this and all Arizona Science conversations at azpm.org/Arizona Science. I'm Leslie Tolbert.
Thank you to Research Corporation for Science Advancement for their support of Arizona Science. AZPM podcasts are made possible in part by donations from listeners like you. Learn more at support.azpm.org. Thank you.